Alright guys, Dokkan time. So today we're going to be doing the Sworn Enemies mission for the new Red Zone Kid Buu fight. This fight is very difficult. It is not easy. I don't care what JP players decide to tell you, hey, we have 9th anniversary units so we're fine. That's great and dandy for you. Meanwhile, the Sworn Enemies fight can be a little difficult. You can cheese it in a bajillion different ways. I felt like this worked pretty well. There were several times where I feel like if I had better RNG, better rotations that just ended up happening, playing out from the get-go, that maybe it would have been better. So, but let's go ahead and hop into here. I did have to pre-record this, obviously. I wasted 5 out of 6 runs trying to get this accomplished. We do bring a support memory. We did bring a support memory. It's the 2 Zamasu's support memory. It buffs all worldwide chaos allies by 10%. Majority, if not all, of the Majin Buu units are sworn or worldwide chaos, and sworn enemies, by the way. Pretty much this is a whole sworn enemies team. But yeah, so the Zamasu item helps quite a bit, 10%. We are rocking a LR physical Buu tanks as a leader. I did this specifically because I really feel like for sworn enemies, it's a lot harder to kill STR Kid Buu. Now, you could do it with the LR EGL Super Buu, and that could be definitely possible. But I think I ran 2 or 3 tries where I got a full field of orbs, and he just couldn't kill. I don't know why he couldn't kill, but maybe he just, I don't remember, maybe he didn't crit, but I just felt like I should give this a shot, you know, just in case. So what I did here, this is the turn 2 of Kid Buu, which after turn 2, we automatically go into the end phase. I just decided to keep both of the physical Buu tanks on the rotation so that we could do as much damage as possible all at once. Now, unfortunately, we will not have the newly super easy aid Kid Buu to be able to be right next to them. I feel like if you can get the RNG godly luck of having the super easy aid Kid Buu right with LR Buu tanks when you transform him into BUUHAN, that you could get very lucky, use a Deborah cookie, and just absolutely decimate intelligence Kid Buu phase. So now, obviously, the other hard part about doing this is that we have an STR phase right beforehand, so you have to survive the entirety of the first 2 turns. You got to survive freaking 640k normals. You have to survive freaking, I think he does a 1.5 million super, I want to say. I think it's like 1.25 or something like that. It's somewhere along those lines. I threw the Fat Buu on the 3rd slot, mostly just in case if we did die, that we would just revive. I think we actually, well, obviously we survived, but I think we actually just barely live enough that we don't have to revive on this. Here it comes. Here comes the big Unga Bunga damage. 600k! Woo! Woo boy. That was a close one. So, I also feel like there's not really much room for a change in units on this team. A lot of these units are either barely surviving or you're getting away with dodge luck. Physical Kid Buu is very good. Although I do have to say his one weakness as a unit is that he needs to get hit 4 times. So initially, I think when I did the how to build, I said he only needs to get hit 2 times. I'm like, no. He needs to get hit 4 times. He has to get hit 2 times forever to get each stack of the critical and the damage reduction. So right now, he doesn't have any, I don't believe. I don't think he has any at the given moment. But you'll see that it'll proc. There's 1, 2. Now he got an extra 20% damage reduction. 3 and 4. And now he has a full 60% damage reduction after getting hit 4 times. We took a lot of damage prior to that, though. We took a lot of damage prior to that. we're going to be able to tank, though. This is double-digit tank. He's very good. This is probably, since we just buffed him up by, like, I think we only buffed him by 5% right there. Yeah, we only buffed him by 5%. He probably did about 1.3 mil. And Super Buu is actually very good for this fight regardless. He's actually an amazingly good tank. He does guard at all points of time so long as you're fighting a Majin Buu Saga enemy, which we are. So LR Super Buu is fantastic for this. So this is when it came down to RNG. I feel like this turn specifically, if we had ended up with the Super Easy A physical Kid Buu on rotation with both of these LR Buu tanks, that we would have been fine. I feel like we could have one-shot him even. I feel like we could have one-shot him. Now, you could have done it either one of two ways. You can either try to change the field constantly. You can reset your game even, and it should potentially change how the orbs would drop. I didn't feel like doing that for the recording, so I just kind of went ahead and did this. You'll see just how much damage we had with that. How much? Let me check. Let me see how many orbs we collect. I want to make sure we collected 18 orbs. Okay, that's 18 orbs. We could have collected, what, 6 more orbs, I believe? I think a full field is 24 orbs. So 6 more orbs, and we could have gotten a little bit more damage in there. And you have to keep in mind, we don't have big bad bosses activated either. So I really feel if we had at least big bad bosses activated, or just have Kid Buu on the rotation right here, I feel like we would have won. I feel like we would have won. We're going to do a lot of damage right now, though. There's one super. Here's the second super. This is without big bad bosses, by the way. Here's a third super. There is a bit of RNG, obviously, in play. You need to have some good RNG into actually getting the additionals to go off, to getting crits. I mean, we would have knocked that down almost a full extra health bar if that had crit. Yeah, 2 of those did not crit. We could have easily knocked off another bar or two, at least another bar or 2 of health, if it wasn't for the fact that he didn't crit on 2 of those attacks. So it could have been a lot better. It could have been a lot better. We got super lucky right here. This Pickle Buu, as I call him, Super Buu fused with Piccolo. Double dodge. We got a double dodge, and we got super lucky on that. But yeah. So using the item with the 18 key spheres gave BUUHAN about 10 million extra attack right there. So yeah, I think big bad bosses would have made it so we could have easily just destroyed Kid Buu here. So you could have some better RNG with this fight and be able to pull this off, I feel. But I also cannot stress enough that because of the restriction for transforming Buu tanks is turn 4, you don't want to have Buu tanks and Kid Buu on turn 1. You want them on turn 2, so that when they come out first, it'll be turn 4. That means you do need to survive 1 turn against Kid Buu, and I feel like that's where Fat Buu might come in handy, like right here, for instance. Because he can just die. We can revive, get over for a free turn. So yeah, I feel like if you time it properly with some good RNG, this is definitely doable. The unfortunate thing is, like, the red zone is it's limited. You got 6 tries. I managed it at 1 out of 6 tries, so I managed to pull it off. He's only got 3 health bars here. This was pretty much done and done. It didn't matter how much damage he buffed up, because we had Buu tanks right there. No issues whatsoever. I was not worried. And plus, it's Buu tank, so he just dodges and wins. 22 million right there, because he was built up a little bit more. And does that kill? Oh, it almost killed. It almost killed. But yeah, that's pretty much the run right there. So yeah, LR Buu tanks for the win. I really feel like the other like the friend LR Buu tanks does help out a lot. You could try this with double Fat Buu. I just don't know how smoother of a run would go. I'm sure it would be fine. Maybe the extra 20% would help. Maybe the double 200 instead of the 200 and 180 would help. Especially with using the two Zamasus, that's an extra 30% in total of damage and defense and so forth that you could have had. Don't mind that. That was me summoning on the tickets. I got absolutely nothing on the tickets. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck with your Kid Buu runs, and I hope you have a good day and a good night.